So I'm afraid this is a serious one. Yeah, dramatic.
Well, we'll laugh anyway.
Yeah, okay. That's a really weird promise. It was International Women's Day this weekend, and about 6-7 years ago, I was asked to write a song for International Women's Day for an event. Not, the world got together and said we need a Dai Bongos song about it. And I thought a lot about what I could do, and then the song I'm going to play is the song I wrote in the end. And it was based on my experiences really about 10 years ago when I worked in WCVA, where we had a lot of Wales Council for Voluntary Action, just to name them. And we had a lot of young women working in the department I was in, and I really noticed something which I'd never really thought of before, was that despite everything I'd learned from being brought up by my mother, and despite everything I'd seen in my generation, for their generation, they just assumed they had gender equality, and they'd been told feminism's a dirty word, what kind of world do you want? When I was working at WCVA, we employed interns who were young and female. If you asked them, they'd say they believed in equality. But ask about identity, they'd say, oh, I'm not a feminist, not me. And so I felt like I had to ask them some questions. Do you want a world in which you are paid less than men? Do you want a world in which you're not valued for your brain? Do you want a workplace where the boss stares at your tits? 'Cause if you don't want a world like that, then you're a feminist. No, they say we already have equality. Things were bad centuries ago, 2003. But now a woman can have everything she wants. So we don't need feminism with all that we've got. So, more workplace questions, I thought. Do you want a world in which you can't take a break to have kids? And when you go back to work, they pay much less than they did. While men with children get promoted higher and higher still. But you're unreasonable for taking time off when your child is ill. Do you want a world like that? 'Cause I must insist that if you want a more equal world, then you're a feminist. Perhaps I should leave them to find out one day, 'cause women over 30 face a much bigger gap in pay. The trouble is that there is so much to be done. The work of gender equality has only just begun. So I thought we need to get a bit darker. I apologise, but we need to get dark. Do you want to watch your rapist walk free from the court? 'Cause they don't want to harm his career and he's very good at sport. Do you want only two choices about how you are seen? You could be a prude or a slut, but there's nothing in between. Could your boyfriend end the argument by using his fists? Look, if you don't want a world like that, then you're a feminist. Now some men will say that they know that this is wrong, but some men is too few men when there's so much to be done. So if you're a man who doesn't think that he's sexist, be proud to stand up and say I'm a feminist. So some general questions for everyone. Do you want a world that's based on gender do